Hello everyone, it's 18th September. Let's quickly look at the headlines from the Indian Express newspaper. In the first page, the world page, we have Israel opens new route out of Gaza City as toll crosses 65,000. Very important news for international relations perspective. Moving ahead, we have Iran E3 powers hold talks over end program. Very important for international relations perspective again. Then a no-fly zone over war-torn Ukraine. Challenges for West would be huge again. And important news for international relations. Moving ahead, we have trade, tech, defense, EU rolls out new strategic roadmap for India. Very important news for GS3 Science and Tech. First time India's CO2 emissions from power sector dip in January to June. Very important again for environment perspective. Moving ahead, we have in solitary confinement for 13 years. African jumbo dies in the zoo. Again, an important news for environment perspective. Then moving ahead, we have Prime Minister assures all help to end war in Ukraine as Putin calls to wish him. Again, an important news for international relations perspective. Then moving ahead, we have patients stranded, hotels open door for free, Mussoorie cuts off in floods. Again, an important news for disaster management as well as infrastructure perspective. Moving ahead, we have petition flags grave defects in UGC's draft curriculum for maths. Again, an important news for polity and governance perspective paper 2. Then here comes the editorial page. The editorial page is always important. The first editorial says securing valleys and slopes, a future-ready disaster management in Himalayas. Again, an important news for disaster management perspective. Then the second editorial says misrule of law, important for polity and governance perspective. Next, check the dilute, flood proofing should become a year-round exercise in Punjab. Again, an important news for disaster management and environment perspective. Then partners in turbulent times. Again, an important news for international relations perspective. Then lastly, between profit and promise. Again, an important news for society as well as economy perspective paper 3. Now moving ahead, we have Army to set up 19 drone trainings centers at Premier Academics. Again, an important news for science and tech perspective paper 3. Moving ahead, we have how scientists found an ant which gives birth to 2 species. Important news for science and tech perspective. Moving ahead, we have upgrading army radars. Important news for GS3 science and tech perspective. Then we have tracing Sarnath from Buddha's first sermon to the emblem of Indian Republic. Important news for paper 1 history perspective. Then again, moving ahead to the economy page, we have India eyes broad-based investment from EU access to legal and accounting services. Again, important news for economy perspective paper 3. Then SEBI reviewing proposal to allow FPIs in non-cash non-agree commodity derivatives. Again, an important news for GS paper 3 economy. And that's it for today. I'll see you in another video. Until then, bye-bye. Take care.